Hey everyone, this is Carrie Newton with Parker Properties, and today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about inspections. And I may or may not end up needing to do a couple of different videos on inspections because I think they're confusing. I think people don't understand them really well, and I know for sure that they are super overwhelming. So I talked to my preferred and favorite inspector, and his name is Gerald Stinnett, and he is local here in Wise County. And I said, Gerald, if you could I said, if you could tell people 3 things that you really wish that they fully understood about having a home inspection, what would those 3 things be? And here's what he told me. And I will say, honestly, his answers surprised me. So the first thing that he said is that reality TV is not accurate. I think we all, or at least hopefully all of us, understand that reality TV is not accurate. But that is the very first thing that he said, is that reality TV is not accurate. What you see when you look at home inspections or watch television on people who are buying homes and they're, doing the different things that they're doing to the homes, or the inspectors are coming in and saying, like, the seller has to fix this and the seller has to fix that, and that is just, it's not reality. Okay. I've done another video before on repairs. If you haven't seen it, please go search for it and find it. But the reality is that when you have a home inspection done, the seller does not have to make any repairs to the property. And the other reality is that sellers do not have to bring things up to code. So if you're purchasing a house that was built in 1960, it's not up to current code. The current code that we have now didn't even exist when the house was built. So those sellers don't have a requirement to bring that house up to code in order for you to purchase it. Okay. The inspector is going to point it out to you. They're going to tell you the things that are not up to current code. That doesn't necessarily mean that they're wrong. It just means that it's not up to current code. Okay. So second thing is he wanted, that he wished people understood a little bit better, is that the condition of the house changes. I think in our mind, we realize that. In our mind, we know that. We know that the condition of the house could literally change from like an hour ago to now. Because if you've ever owned a home or lived in a home and your air conditioner went out in your home, you were not getting emails and text messages and warnings from your air conditioning system saying, hey, this is going to happen in 4 days, be prepared. This is going to happen in 2 days, be prepared. That doesn't happen. The reality is that condition changes like that. Okay. So when the home inspection is done, the inspector, they do the best that they can to give you a picture of what the condition of the home is like that day at that moment. But the moment that they walk out of the door, the dishwasher could break. The air conditioner could go out. A tree could fall on it. All of these things could happen. So it's really hard for us as humans to, when we purchase a piece of property and we move into that piece of property and we discover something is wrong, as humans, we automatically want to blame someone for that. But just know that the condition of that house, it can change, right? And it will change. So that was the second thing he wanted, or he said that he wanted people to kind of understand a little bit more about inspections. And the last and final thing is that not all areas of a home are accessible. Okay. Home inspectors, and I think it's all of them, but I'm not 100% sure. So I don't want to lie on any of these videos. And if I ever do lie, I promise you it's unintentional. Call me out on it. I'll make a corrections video. Okay. I have no problem admitting when I'm wrong. But for Gerald, he is not going to move furniture. He is not going to move your vehicles. He is not going to do those things. I think all inspectors are the same way, but I don't know that for 100% sure, so I'm going to speak only for Gerald. So he's not going to move things around. So if there's a hole in the wall behind a sofa, there's a possibility he's not going to see it. That's fairly minor, honestly, but when he says not all areas are accessible, if it's a pier and beam home, sometimes it's not accessible to get underneath a pier and beam home. If the gap isn't large enough, for someone to fit underneath there, it may not be accessible. If there's just different things. There are way houses are built that sometimes it's just not accessible to see them. So they're going to do their best. They're going to make judgment calls on things, but just understand that inspectors are human. They are flawed, just like everyone else is. So give them a little bit of grace on things. Now, do people miss things? Yes. Have I missed things? Yes. We're not perfect. Neither are inspectors, but these are some of the things that he would hope that people would understand when they have a home inspection, is that reality TV is not accurate. The condition of the home changes minute by minute, and that not all areas of that home are accessible. So if you have any questions, if you're ever looking for a good local inspector, Gerald Stinnett is who I do prefer to use. He's an excellent home inspector. He actually did home inspections for me before I even had my license. And I used him. He was somebody I knew, and I trusted, and I used him before I even had a real estate license. So I know he does a great job. And if you need his name and phone number, give me a call. I would love to help with that. But thanks. Y'all have a great day.